Hey everyone, Eddie here. We are back with Sephiria. I'm very excited for today's video because we have yet another viewer build lore story for everyone today. It's been a while since we've done these, but we have quite a few to catch up on. So let's go ahead and dive right into this one. So this one is from our viewer subscriber, Leon. So thank you, Leon. Leon has contributed in the past, so I greatly appreciate you sending us your lore build for this video. So this is Yuki, also known as Little Blue Riding Hood. So Yuki has never met their mother, but the father is the village blacksmith. One day, the dusty and useless-looking Frost Relics passed down from generation to generation in your family mysteriously disappear. Ooh. In turn, your father dons his armor and insists he go down the tower to retrieve them. He explains that the Frost Relics hold untold power when in the hands of a true snow spirit. But in ages past, the demons have found a way to exploit their power and wreak havoc upon the snow spirit country. I presume that's where we reside here. After anxiously waiting for 2 weeks and not hearing anything from your father, you see your father in a dream. He apologizes to you and tells you he is no longer of this world, and he hates to put this burden on you, but you must take upon his blade and travel to the tower to retrieve the Frost Relics. Ooh, okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting journey for Yuki here. So we're going to be donning the blade. They asked that we just go down the path of the frost, which we will. We're obviously going to go ahead and collect all the Frost Relics. So with this, we're going to start off with the Voluspa, and we're going to start off with the Scabbard of Exorcism. I'm also going 20 Willpower, 5 Endure, and 12 Wisdom, as there was no requirements in regards to that. And yes, we're going to see what Yuki's journey is going to give us here as we go down into the tower, fight all these demons, and retrieve the Frost Relics before the demons get their hands on it. This is going to be a very, very, very cool story, I feel like. Especially because we get to use Frost Relics, and we haven't done that in quite a bit. So, will Yuki complete her father's untold journey and task here? I guess we'll find out. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the game, the gameplay. And of course, if you have a build in mind that you would like for me to try, please go ahead and post those as well. I love making viewer builds. Some of my favorite content to make here on the channel is Sephiria content for viewer builds. And of course, if you like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Would love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And a big shout out to all my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you. All right, so right off the bat, I mean, Glacier does increase ice damage. You know, which is obviously hand in hand with that. But I think we're going to try to see if we could find something a little bit more direct. I mean, right off the bat, there's cold damage there. So, the Magic Carrot. We're not going to really go too heavy into physical, I think, because... Let's go the Magic Carrot then, I suppose. Now locks at the top, so now we got 4. And we do want these Frost Relics to really enhance so we can become one with our snow spirit, right? That's what the father had stated, that it unlocks the true power of the snow spirit. So it looks like it's Yuki's journey now in order to become that snow spirit. Ooh. Well, this is Frost Relic, and that is going to increase our charge speed. So it looks like we increase charge speed and then also damage. And then once we get full, we activate our Frost Relics an additional time, which, if you think about it, is actually quite insane. Because Frost Relics have other Frost Relics that trigger it for activation multiple times already. So it just seems like the Snow Spirits, right, when they get to their full Frost Relic form, they could just spam Frost Relics consistently. This will be very interesting to see how this turns out. We have yet to do Frost Relics in the new combo system, so I personally have my own build that I have been wanting to try, but I do want to ensure that I get through all the viewer builds. I am behind a little bit, but we are going to catch up probably this week. So you'll be seeing within the span of this playlist quite a few Sephirias. Quite a few Sephiria builds. Lake is good too because it's also going to build up our generation as well. Yeah, so we could go Straw Doll. I actually don't mind going that. It seems like with the new combo system, you want to focus on 2 that could possibly build you into the bond artifacts, right? But there's always a 3rd, it seems like, so far, that kind of lingers, that, you know, works very well with the other 2, and you have to kind of balance it out. Now, there is high potential that you can complete 3 of the combo sets, but at least to get 2 in order to unlock the bond artifact, I think is crucial, because the bond artifacts are just so powerful. They're so good. All right, here we go, Anvil. Okay, so the requirement here is to go Wintersmith Draftblade. This is what Leon has requested. So Yuki's weapon enhancement is going to be the Wintersmith Draftblade. So I presume this is what her father's blade is going to evolve into, and then later grow or brew into the fragment of Nastron. So this is going to be very interesting. All right, let's see. What do we want to go? Artifact or tablet? I mean, we do have quite a bit already. So let's say if we picked up like a foundation or something, that actually would be pretty nice. I actually don't mind picking up another tablet just to kind of boost these up a little bit. This may be a balance too, where depending on how lucky we are in finding enchants throughout the run, because some of these Frost Relics are very costly, right? So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Well, we are doing quite a bit of damage already with these Frost Relics, so... All right, Yuki's first test. Now remember, Yuki isn't the most skilled. She was trained in weaponry, but she was a bit spoiled in her village, so known as Little Blue Riding Hood. But she does know the ways of ancient text writing a little bit due to her father being a blacksmith, but she never knew her mother. So we don't know what powers her mother had or what skills that may have fallen upon to Yuki. So that's something we're going to have to find out as well. Okay, we could increase, which I don't mind. So we have a couple choices here. We can grab the magic carrot, which is actually pretty good, to increase our cold. So we would be at +6, so an additional 3, which is the same as the charm currently. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. Ooh, a disconnection, one of my favorites. Yes. I'm actually going to move disconnection here, though, and do this. That way we lose one of the negatives over here to the side. And I'm actually going to put Voluspa over here so we get that to a 3. Yes. And now we got an extra slot. Perfect. Well, not only did we just increase our Frost Relics tremendously, but we got a really, really good tablet. Let's see if we can pick up another one. Ooh, Future is actually solid. I don't mind Future. Yes. So now we have this as a 3. That's locked at a 2. We can even do this at a 2 if we wanted to for MP regen. We could probably substitute that out for something else as well if we wanted to. So we'll see what happens there. I remember when I first saw Voluspa, in my mind immediately, I thought to myself, I really hope, and I still do, I really hope that the developers create spears in the game. I really do. Because that's what it reminds me of tossing the spears. And initially, if you remember my Dragoon build, that's what I wanted and was hoping would happen with that. But who knows? Maybe down the line it will happen. We'll see. All right. Yuki's first true test. The Mole Chief, Mogdi. Yes. Well, the Voluspa. How did he take damage already? Yeah, it's the Frost Relics right now that are definitely the core of the damage. We're doing a bit of Cold and Glacier, but the Voluspa and then the Scabbards are really where it's at. So honestly, Frost Relic as a projectile currently is where Yuki's power resides, not within the blade itself. So we'll have to see if that actually changes or not. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Definitely getting the hang of the blade now. She feels much more comfortable. Remembering what her father has said all those years on the anvil and the blacksmith. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Whoa. The legendary frozen bow. Her father told stories of this bow. Activate artifact. Automatically reloads one shot every 0.8 seconds. Fire an arrow at the enemy dealing cold damage. Now our Frost Relic charge speed is plus 8%. Okay. New ballista, perhaps? Look at this. It's almost as if it's a companion. I wonder why it isn't a companion, to be honest. I mean, it's floating as one. I guess because the Frost Relics are different. Oh, another foundation. Another foundation is so good. We do lose on the conch, but I mean, everything else goes up significantly. Well, I guess we could put this here because the regen isn't anything crazy at the moment. So now our activation, we have to see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're starting to see Yuki's snow spirit form. Very interesting. But now, she comes across a tree to acquire a miracle. I think there's only one miracle here. And I think it's what her father left her. The Ice Blacksmith, of course. 15% Frost Relic charge speed, 10% Frost Relic damage, and of course, his Blizzard Hammer. I mean, it's almost poetic. It truly is. There we are. There we are. So I guess we know where her father fell. This is insane. Oh my goodness. The Ice Wings? We kind of need that. 13, we're going to need about 600. How would we ever get that? I mean, even if we sold everything that wasn't Frost Relic, that would be 300 if we sold the Foundation. We would lose 13 cold damage. I don't think that's worth it. 460. How much are these? 60, 120. I mean, we could try to get there. We haven't used any potions yet. We could sell a Foundation. I don't mind selling a Foundation. So we're just 100 away. Yeah, Straw Doll. Worth. Now we have Frost Relic damage, 6%. Now the question is, how close... This is one of the activators. This needs to be a 3. So what is Voluspa at? 220%. So if we were to... Well, we do activate an additional time. I don't know if that's worth just yet. Because remember, every time that this goes up, we lose 10% of Frost Relic damage. So we do need to get these Frost Relics up a little bit beforehand, right? But that is insane. I mean, look at Yuki. The Frozen Wings, her father's Blizzard Hammer, the Frozen Bow. Could the Frozen Bow be from her mother? Could her mother have been a Snow Spirit? Not sure. And the Anvil. Oh my goodness. And an enchant. Okay. This is actually quite crazy. I think we go Anvil, Tablet. Right? Tablet to increase these even more. And then enchant. I think that's the way. Now, her father did speak of the enhanced anvils along the journey. And there it is, the Fragment of Nastrond. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. After a tackle action, it activates Frost Relic Skyoi when attacking. This is the one. Look at this blade. Alright, so now we're going to activate another hidden within the blade Frost Relic. It's going to be super interesting. Yeah, this is my first experience with these Frost Relics, so... we have tested this blade in the past, but not with the Frost Relics of this nature. Ooh, experience. Here we go. Total MP. We really don't need as much MP anymore, huh? Although, how much is this? It costs nothing to activate the Frostbow. It's just on a cooldown of when it comes up. What? That's kind of crazy. Oh, the lake requires 3 for the regen. I guess we'll pick that up and see what happens. I'm curious as to what lake can build into more than anything. Do feel like we still need more damage, so I wonder if I should start going a bit more into Glacier. I mean, Frost Relic, it's interesting, because Frost Relic damage is considered its own damage. However, the base of Frost Relic is from the attribute Cold, so they are hand in hand. But I do feel like just in these groups that we fought so far, they're not as heavy. Oh my goodness. Oath is so good. Wow, we could get Voluspa if we really wanted to up, but I think we need to do it this way. So now the Frost Relics will activate once, twice. We do lose damage, but our critical damage goes up. I mean, we could... Trying to think now. Yeah, because I want Oaths to benefit, but if we do this, right? I mean, we essentially have to move everything over one. But then we lose one in the bow. I mean, it's 10% damage. We do get Voluspa up. I mean, which is kind of big, right? So we do want to get these all up if possible. Frost Relic damage. Yeah, we want to try to get all these up if possible. Ooh. Oh, they're so expensive. I mean, the enchant is going to come in handy, but look, we still got quite a bit still to go. The Scabbard is doing 230, the Voluspa. All right, let's see how this works with the activation of an extra, and then we'll kind of go from there. I just feel like right now the damage is lacking, which is my biggest concern. I mean, Pass is super good. Pass actually buffs up damage quite a bit if I do it. So I think I'm going to actually pick up Pass. Do like this. Yeah, so we just increase cold damage, Frost Relic damage, crit damage. Yeah, it's actually pretty solid. Okay. On to the next area. Woo! Okay, we want the enchant. Because the enchant is going to allow us to get what we would like to go up. Alright, there's a lot happening here. There is a lot happening here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so essentially now, we no longer have Sheath with our blade, right? So instead, we have what's called Tackle. So when you tackle, now we summon that new Frost Relic. Ooh. Yuki finds Mysterious Vampiric Bat. I think she's going to take the chance. Okay, Glacier Frost Dagger. I mean, if we get... Oh, we did get rid of the other lake, huh? Yeah, we're just not really using lake, so I feel like duration of buffs applied to self. Well, that's universal damage. Unfortunately, Cold Lock is... Well, I mean, I guess we could do Cold Lock because it would go with Frost and that. So we'll give that one a shot and see what happens. Sure. But now we need some healing. Now we need some healing. Ah, here we go. Perfect. We know we're going to be facing a devious foe here. But Yuki is brave. Braver than I am. I don't know if I would go and face a Black Panther assassin. That's for sure. For good reason. Oh my goodness. That Black Panther did so much damage to us. Oh my. That's not good. Activate Frost Touch effect. I mean, that might be helpful. That may be helpful. Let's see. Ooh, wow, our health. Not good. Oh, that Black Panther really hurt us, huh? Well, is there any potions we can buy from you, strange merchant? There is one. We're gonna need it. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Hopefully we can find... Oh, well, we got the... All right, let's see. What do we want to increase? The ice wings to go up twice? That actually may be worth. So now we summon all Frost Relics 2 times. The only Frost Relic that's very low is the bow. So now we need to increase the Frost Relics themselves and then probably the Cold Lock here. So the good thing is we have very few artifacts. They're powerful artifacts, but at least we can focus on them. The bad part is we only have a few, so our set combos are not really where we want them to be. All right, let's drink this potion and find out who we face. Ah, the pig. Well, this is projectile versus projectile. Let's see if Yuki can avenge her father to complete the Frost Relics. Okay. We definitely are going to need some defense here, but our damage now is quite good. It's quite good. Okay. I mean, I feel like we need to start going into Glacier, so I actually don't mind this, to be honest. Gain the Frost Touch buff effect whenever inflicting Frostbite. So will this increase it even more now that we've got to have it activated? I mean, the Scythe is pretty good, but we have 0 crit chance, so I think we'll try the Feat of the Ice Skull, and then we'll see what we can push through from there. Oh my goodness. Foundation is so good. It's actually so good for us. I mean, so is this, but we're going to go Foundation. And then we'll switch this one around. We still got to work on those to increase, but I'm actually liking where this is going so far. But the only issue is Yuki is very weak. So we have to consider that as we're battling. Yep. Onwards from the Woodlands to the library. This is where Yuki received most of her ancient text training. Very skilled in that art. Ice Vine, when using special attack, creates... So, would Tackle count against that? That's not something that I want to spend 1,000 maple on to test. So I think we'll hold off. But thank you, Merchant. Let's check out her damage here. Yeah, it's really the bow that's outputting a lot of the damage here. Okay. Well, let's see what we have. I mean, inventory is going to be great because we are running quite low already. I don't mind actually going HP. So HP, inventory, enchant. This is going to be a very defensive heavy round, but I think we do need it. Let's see. Well, especially if I run into a giant laser like that. Ooh, secret area. Perfect. We always want to find experience. That's the best in any secret area. When dealing damage with weapon or grimoire, inflict 10 cold damage. Thing is we also don't want to get away from the Frost Relics either. So we want to unlock the Frost Relic. That's our main quest, right, in Journey. Thing is, I feel like we already have 6 Frost Relics. We do. I'm trying to think of what more could there be. I guess we'll pick up the ring. Now I'm curious. We have to continuously find more Frost Relics. It's a lot to juggle. And this is Lake, which would get us to that regen, but we're not really using it still too much. So I think we have so many rerolls. I think we should reroll here. The sword training manual is slowly becoming one of my favorite items. Just mainly due to the fact that, I mean, attack speed is pretty big with these blades, right? Just because of what it could potentially proc, and then obviously the faster you attack, the more damage you could potentially do. And 26% is a lot. I would have to probably substitute out this, but I don't have anywhere where it would... I don't want to lose the Frost Relic damage. So I think we'll just re-roll again. See, we're finding more Glacier, which again isn't terrible. Increase our cold damage a little bit here. But I also want to ensure that we're trying to get these Frost Relics if possible. We're just not finding any more right now. Okay, I think Yuki, along with myself, is getting the hang of how these Frost Relics work. I think the library is opening our eyes to how the set combo is meant to work. Yes. Okay, we said we were going to go inventory slot here. I still feel like that is the way, so I'm going to go this way. We have 500 gold, a little bit more now. So potential we could find something. More so potions than anything, because both of these bosses in the library are pretty tough. So regardless of who we face, it would be worth to have some extra potions here, for sure. The last hit of the combo. I mean, that could be good. A companion? So this would give us 6, would give us the Frozen Touch cooldown haste 150%, which is pretty big. The next one is plus 8 cold damage as well. The last hit of the combo deals 10%. The problem with Crown is it's so heavy. And we still got to increase the Frost Relics themselves, which is the base damage. So why not bring in another? I mean, I feel like we already have so much surrounding Yuki right now. Why not bring in another, right? Now we have the Glacier going up. Okay, here's the Merchant. We do have experience if we don't find anything with the Merchant. But first, let's explore the rest of the area, because maybe we'll find more gold. Or maybe not. Well, I think we had one more area, though. So let's go down here before we... Okay, we did find more gold. But there is 2 merchants. Let's see. No, nothing here. So let's go to the other one now. And if anything, we'll spend our gold for the experience. Ooh. Big potion. Not enough for this one, unfortunately, but I do like that we were able to find that. That's pretty big. All right, and then we said the enchant. Hopefully it's a 3 so we can get these Frost Relics going. Okay, so essentially how I'm figuring out this combo is going is I'm starting off with the Frozen Bow, insane attack, then going with the Glacier Ice Bolts, then I'm dashing so that way the Blizzard can attack, then I am using Tackle, right? That's the special here, and then attacking all together, which the Tackle, right, and then attacking unlocks the Secret Frost Relic, right? The Skydoi, something like that. The spikes, the icy spikes on the ground. Then it unlocks the Scabbard of Exorcism. And then all the other ones trigger as well, like Voluspa. So, I think that's the way. Let's see. Ooh. Still very scary, but that definitely this does a lot of damage. Ooh. Ooh, these are all so good. We do need to increase the Frost Relics, but Echo of the Glacier is one of my favorite items. But Scabbard is pretty big. I mean, it's 300% damage. Yeah, we gotta take the Scabbard. Hopefully we'll find the Echo of the Glacier throughout the run. Ooh, potion. Okay, it is a 2, so let's see what we can figure out here. I mean, we are using bow a lot, so maybe we just put the 2 directly into the bow. Or I can increase one of these to the max. I think we got to get bow rolling, right? Yeah, there's still potential here to get these max with enchants, so and then we can start slowly getting everything else up, like Universal or the other Glacier items. Was that it? That was it. Ooh, boss time. Here we go. Ooh, Irma. The mad scientist. All right. Yuki with her 20,000 Frost Relics to fight the mad scientist. Let's see. This will be an interesting fight. Okay, good first round. Good first round. Remember, Irma gets stronger throughout each round. Okay, very good, very good. Oh my goodness. Increasing the frozen bow was so good. Oh my goodness. Well, Yuki is finding some amazing artifacts. Unfortunately, none of the ones that we need, though. What is this? Additional attack speed, increase universal damage? What? Additional attack speed, 25% increases universal damage boost by 1%. I didn't even know that was an item. That's amazing. Not for this build, but that is amazing. We could do the Frostium Ring, but I think that would be a waste. I think we need to do Frozen Egg. Yeah. The Glacier is starting to take over, unfortunately, but... Let's see. What can we get here that's going to be beneficial? This is always a good item. Let's see. Stack is actually solid. Yeah, we can actually get this up to 20 stacks. It's just a couple things that aren't positioned correctly. Inflict 30. And this can go up to 5 cold damage with move speed. We can't have anything direct. Yeah, it's true. We can't have anything direct. So I guess I could do this instead. And then do this. And then get the stack, I suppose. Now when we deal damage, we can get inflict 30 cold on target for 2 seconds. I like that. Feeling more comfortable now with the damage output from the Frost Relics and our maneuverability on defense. But this was the library. The Wasteland is where the true enemies lie. The formidable foes, as they say. Pinwheel. Exit. Yeah, we are not getting... Let's get another potion. Yeah. Grab the potions while we can, I say. Okay. Ooh, enchant. Enchant. Oh, they always do this. The devs know what they're doing. The devs are always putting enchant where the inventory slots are. They don't want us to have both. Ooh. I mean, we still have quite a few slots. Enough to maximize Glacier and Frost Relics still, but I guess we'll come... We definitely going to do the first enchant, but what would the last one be then? The last one's kind of a toss-up, to be honest. Maybe dice, just to have even more rolls. I mean, we've been picking pretty well, so let's go enchant first and see how well we do, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, because these enemies are tough, so maybe we will want to increase our health after the fact. Voluspa doing its job. Love it. Love to see it. Scabbard coming in clutch as well. Ooh, Guardian is actually super good. The problem is, do I really want to pick this up? I kind of do. I mean, it's going to increase our defense and we gain a little bit of a shield. Nah, we'll re-roll. Let's see. Ooh, Rain of Arrows is super good. That does bring our cold damage up as well. So now this is a point where we're going to be ahead of Frost Relic. These Frost Relics are hard to come by, that's for sure. It's not easy, Father. It's not easy. Alright, let's see. However, Yuki is strong, though. So it's not as if she's not doing her best, right? The question is now. We need to set this item. So, yeah, there we go. So that way we can actually utilize this spell. Okay, so it's an enchant too. Bummer. Okay. I mean, I think we just go full bow now. The bow is Now I feel kind of the bread and butter of this build, and we can start building off the other two. Yeah, I mean, Voluspa's already high. We might as well get these two, and then... I mean, increasing the Frost Relics is just as good, I think, as fully finding all of them, right? Or gaining the true Frost Relic form, if possible. I think we have to go enchant. I have too many good items just to let them sit and not be fully maximized, especially for damage output. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Well. I mean, we could do Rain of Arrows just to make it even stronger. There was a lot that was happening. There was a lot that was happening there, I have to say. Frost Relics are kind of insane now, I feel. I mean, I felt like Frost Relics before were very good, but now with this set combo, it just feels like they're definitely up there now. Another two. Okay. I mean, Scabbard is 400%. Let's maximize that, and then I guess we'll put the other one here in the Blizzard Hammer. Oh, it couldn't have been 3 to maximize everything, huh? We definitely didn't get lucky in the enchant spree. That's okay. That is okay. We have plenty of Frost Relics to pass around, apparently. I don't really want to spend into... Yeah, I don't want to spend it into a jelly. Lake, we kind of went off of... Actually, Star Ruby, I don't mind. I actually don't mind Star Ruby. I actually might change it out for this, just so we can get a little bit more health. And now we have a choice. Do we want more dice for rolls or health? I think I'm going to go health, knowing the enemies I'm going to face. We're doing a lot of damage, but that doesn't mean that we can easily take out a bunch of enemies, I feel. We still have to think about the output damage, especially for the Rooted Cave, right? Yes. It's so crazy because even using dash as a defense unlocks our Blizzard and allows for the other the other Frost Relics too, because of the charge speed that we have, to proc. It's actually quite good all around. There's just quite a bit to follow though. Quite a bit to follow here. Oh, Droplet of Plitvice. Consumes 4 MP when Frost Relic activates, increasing damage by 5%. That's good. What? That increases our lake as well. I feel like we need to get this up. Can increase damage by 15%. Okay, we definitely got to keep an eye on this one to increase. Probably going to have to start looking at some tablets. Increase our health. Beautiful. See, at one point we were out of potions. Now we're starting to stack up again, which is good. Okay, here we go. Yuki versus the Phantom. All right, Asgard, here we go. You are guarding the pathway to the rooted caves. Oh, this frozen bow is so good. What? What is this? Meteorite earrings. Wow. Okay. Not what we need, but awesome. Ooh, we could complete... Oh my gosh. And there's a freeze debuff. Increase combo count by 1 if artifacts in both adjacent slots have the same combo. So is that saying that if we put it in between 2 Frost Relics, it will increase the Frost Relic? I mean, that would be actually very interesting if that's the case. I'm going to go Blizzard Hammer. And I'm going to go Harvest here. So with Harvest, I'm going to do this. And then now I'm going to bring the Droplet here. So now we're increasing the damage by 15%. And we just highly increased our universal damage here with that. The issue now is we're going to need to find one of those tablets for this currently, or we're going to be in trouble as far as the space. Worst case scenario, I could do this, right? No, it's this. Apologies. I could do something like this, because it does unlock here. So that's a 3, so we could do this. So that way, we only need this one spot. So actually, let's do this for now, actually. I like that. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So now it's about finding Frost Relics. Ooh, we need 3 Frost Relics in order to get Frost Relic to its max. I don't know. That's gonna be very tough, I feel. We'll see what happens here. Ooh. Look at Yuki. I feel like she is the snow spirit, right? Look at her. Look at her. All right, Yuki dives into the rooted caves. Let's see what awaits here. The last merchant. Well, we've definitely been stacking up on the oaths. There is potential for oaths to be super good here. There is a high potential, but let's wait and see. Lake? I don't think we need any more lake, though. I mean, that does get Glacier up. Wow, Harvest. God, I love Harvest. Harvest is so good. I feel like we could find some of these. Amber. Kind of looking for, like, the Frost Relics here. No. Okay. So, I mean, I think we're just going to grab oaths because I don't believe... Let's see. Usually there's not merchants here. Enchant. Wow, that's so good. And then potentially 2 artifacts with us having currently 7 dice. And usually we level in this area twice. Potential for 3 times, but... So I'm going to pick up oaths regardless. Now we just got to figure out how we're going to work this. Okay, let's see. That's a 3. That's a 2. Well, that's a 4, which we don't need. And then we could bring this here. So there we go. That worked. I don't really need this. I really don't need the jellyfish at 4. I think I'd rather have the spell, even though it's a little overkill. Yeah, we definitely got to get something for this. That way we can utilize the slots. Because I do want to pick up as much of the Frost Relics as possible. So is enchant good here then? I mean, potentially it is. Because then I suppose worst case scenario. Yeah, okay. So let me put this back then. Because we are going to utilize this. And we'll just see what happens here. Ooh. This is a little nerve-wracking. I feel feel very scared. Feel very powerful, but at the same time, we do know how tough these enemies can be here in the Rooted Cave. I mean, it's not dark and eerie for no reason, right? All right, we just got to work on our balance of our Frost Relics, and we should be okay. My goodness, I love this frostbow. It's actually got me very excited for the build that I had in mind to do for it. Yeah, it's gonna be quite it's gonna be quite fun. Okay, so we got 2. So I mean, common sense would put us here for the cold lock then. More universal, right? Overall, yes. So now it's just a matter of what we find along the way. That was a very short area, huh? No hidden pathways. We are very close to leveling, though, so keep that in mind. The experience would be amazing because we're literally right there. So I think I'll do that. Ooh, we are not finding what we want here. Entrance? I mean, technically we could get the crown to 100% because we do have a 4 slot here. Technically. What's our crit? 82? I'm gonna test it out. Mainly because I don't think we're gonna reach the Frost Relic, unfortunately. Ooh, okay, we did really good there. Holy. Here we go. Ice Star. Additional activation of Frost Relic. 5? That's a 5? Holy. Well, now we're at Frost Relic 8, so we just gained a bunch of damage, but... what would that go up to? Just 1 and we lose? Well, we need this to be a 5 in order for it to activate. Yikes. So, honestly, this just sits and does nothing currently. Okay, well, let's see what we find in the hidden location. Please be cold. No. Ah, there we go. There's a cold. Oops. Increase cold damage by 5. Perfect. The fact that the bow is only on a charge speed and doesn't cost anything is absolutely insane. It's actually quite insane. And that's not worth it. The lake is definitely not worth it. I mean, I suppose we could get the Frost Dagger. And then if there is a chance, we're going to get Glacier up to its max if we find one more. Potentially, right? We're definitely not going to do Frost Relic. And it could be the way that we win with our skill tree point, right? With Yuki. But that's okay. What was this? Oh, yeah, that was the Passion one. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, experience or artifact? I think artifact. Let's try artifact. We have no reroll, so I don't know if we'll get enough experience in this level. Sometimes these last few levels could be very, very short. So we kind of have to be cautious of that. Restore 20 MP. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. I mean, we're halfway currently. MP steal. We definitely don't have to worry about MP steal. Ooh. This is the end? Oh no, is that it? Okay, we have one more over here on the side. Okay, so let's go over here and see what we can possibly, if we're going to get enough XP from these enemies here. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up my my spells. Well, I'm glad I saw that now versus facing the final boss, because that would be unfortunate. I'm actually going to have to reach out to the devs, because I feel like we've gone through enough updates where that should be something that they could fix at this current time, especially for us controller players. I think we need our X button here. Please. Look, no way. Look at our XP bar. Devs. No way. How is that possible? It's like a trickle of XP. Oh, no. Yeah, we're not going to get any XP from anything else. Well, what a bummer. So I suppose... I mean, I guess we can go buy corn pipe. But we do lose the power, though. So I don't think that that's... I kind of don't want any of these. Ugh. What was this that we picked up? The spell power for each is reduced by 69%. Yeah, that's a lot. And we're not going to increase it. I guess we'll just increase our MP just in case, because we are going to be using the other... Yeah, I guess we could do that. We don't need this to restore. Well, actually, I could probably use this at the beginning of the fight, and then we have these to go off of during the fight. But what we need to do, though, is we need to set up our spells here. So I think we want probably the Rain of Arrows. Probably going to want this one to be this instead. And then this one can be the Y. Let's do it like this. There we go. Yeah, they really got to fix that. So let's go ahead and drink this one. So we're at full before facing the final boss. Yuki's final trial here. Ooh. Here we go. Very quiet. Yuki and all of her Frost Relics. Here we go. To avenge her father. Oh my goodness. Yuki, the snow spirit. Wow. What a build. Look how much potions we still had left too. Yeah, I would consider, if you want to go Frost Relics, to not go high into Wisdom. I don't think it's necessary. I thought it would be for the spells. I honestly, after this build, I would have gone more into defense. Yeah, I would have gone more into defense because the stacking is what allowed us to not get high enough, I feel. Because we could have gotten a couple more tiny magic conch, right? What else could we have picked up? Where's all our Frost Relic items? I mean, actually, is it only Tiny Conch that isn't unique? No way. Really? Hold on. Well, now we got to go find out. That would actually make it very difficult. Well, Yuki completed her journey. What a build and story. Thank you again, Leon, for sharing that. I really appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. That was a ton of fun. But let's check something out here really quick before we head off. So, oh yeah, we didn't get Frozen Heart. That's not a unique. So Frozen Heart was the only item we didn't get. And that increases the charge speed. Look at this one. By 100%. And I felt like we were going off like crazy. So there are 8. There are 8 total. Well, I guess 9 if you include the bond artifact. So we were able to get 8. So if we got the Frozen Heart, we would have been at 9, but we still needed another tiny magic conch or another Frozen Heart. Wow. So Frost Relic is very difficult to get the full set combo for, but maybe on our next run. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the build, the game, the gameplay. If you have a build or lore story in mind that you would like to go ahead and post, please go ahead and post those. Just like this one from our viewer subscriber, Leon. I love creating these for everyone. They're so much fun to do. I don't know what to expect because I try them right as soon as I get the information. And then we just make it happen, which this one was a great one with Frost Relics. And now everyone can try it at home. And of course, if you like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Would love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And a big shout out to all my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you. Until next time, everyone, take care.